When we begin life, we don't choose our perspectives. They are given to us by family, culture, religion, society, and we grow up wearing those perspectives like clothes we didn't pick out, but they become our identity. And for a long time, we live inside them without question. But then one day, something shifts. We start to read, to explore, to search. We dive into spirituality, psychology, self help, and suddenly the old identity it just begins to dissolve, and that's when the conflict begins. On one hand, the old beliefs are still alive inside us because they were built in the environment we are still living in. And on the other hand, new perspectives start to feel better or higher. But once you know better, you feel pressured to do better. You can't unknow what you have learned. And so when you can't live up to your new beliefs, you feel like a failure. You carry guilt, shame, pressure. And the problem is, the mind never stops searching. It's like a sponge. The more perspectives you expose it to, the more it wants to absorb. And one day you believe one thing, the next day you discover something else and begin doubting yourself again. This constant tug of war between the old and the new leaves you unstable, ungrounded. I know this because I have lived it. I'll share my own journey. The turning point for me was when I read 1984 by George Orwell. That book shattered me. It convinced me that much of the history was a lie, that what we were taught about the world cannot be trusted. And overnight, I just stopped believing even 1% of history. And along with that, I also left my religion. That was huge for me because I had been a deeply devoted Muslim all my life. So then I discovered Neville Goddard. His teachings completely captured my heart. I practiced what he taught, and my life started improving. My mental health became lighter, my perspective became more hopeful, and for the first time in a long time, I felt in control of my reality. But my curiosity didn't stop me there. I wanted to know more. So I read the Kybalion, and suddenly everything Neville had taught me looked like pure delusion. The Kybalion contradicted his teachings, and I was devastated. It felt like someone had snatched my whole identity away from me because I had become so attached to Neville's way of seeing the universe. So I really stopped practicing anything for a while. I just floated in confusion. Later, I came across Dr. Joseph Murphy and his teachings about the subconscious mind. And once again, I gave it a try. I got results, real results. Things shifted in my life in ways I couldn't deny. But then I made the same mistake. I kept reading more. This time it was psychology and neuroscience. And once again, I convinced myself that Murphy's teachings were delusion too. So, what followed was an exhausting back and forth. Every single day, I was switching between two words: the spiritual word, where everything felt possible regardless of circumstances, and the logical word, where spirituality looked like nothing more than fantasy. The strange thing is, even though I was getting results in the spiritual practices, I just let the logical perspectives talk me out of them. I began to doubt what I was actually experiencing with my own eyes. Looking back, I feel ashamed to admit this, but I realize something important now. If being delusional was helping me, if living in that so called fantasy world was healing me and making my life better, why did I abandon it? Why did I let other perspectives ruin what was working for me? So basically, I was just constantly uprooting myself before I could grow roots. Thankfully, one teacher restored my faith, Dr. Joe Dispenza. His work gave me a bridge between science and spirituality. He reminded me that not everything has to be explained logically. So, what did I learn? That constantly exposing yourself to new perspectives can actually destroy your grounding. I'm not saying don't explore because curiosity is natural, but if you find something that works for you, don't rush to abandon it just because another perspective contradicts it. Pick one path, one philosophy, and live it for a while. Not forever, just long enough to really embody it. Give it at least a year. let it grow roots in your life. Because perspectives don't become wisdom by reading about them, they only become wisdom when you live them. If you keep switching too soon, you will always be floating, always confused, always chasing. But if you let one perspective carry you for a season, you will discover depth, stability, and growth. Spiritual growth isn't about collecting every perspective, it's about embodying them. It's about choosing something, live in it, and allowing it to transform you. So, if you feel scattered by too many teachings, too many books, too many contradictions, remember this. You don't need to figure everything out right now. You don't need to know all the answers or truths at once. Sometimes the wisest thing you can do is to stop searching for more and let the perspective that's already working for you carry you through this chapter of your life. That's when the real transformation begins.